Whoa. Hi guys, welcome back to another brand new video for you today. It's been a little bit since I've made a video for you guys, other than like shorts here and there. I've just gotten a crazy hectic schedule this year. It's just been kind of crazy, and you know, again, I wanted to make sure that I've had like good content to film for you guys. So my brain has just kind of been in other places, and I just haven't been in the right mindset, I guess, to film. I've kind of taken a little hiatus just because I have been trying to get a more handle on my health. A lot of the videos that seem to do well on my channel usually are in regards to health, and so obviously I think that's what people like to see. It can be a challenge to know what the right method is for you specifically, and I've been kind of on a journey with my health since, I mean, I've always, you know, had like wanted to lose weight and be like super skinny and just like look, you know, super great in clothes. But I would say around September of last year, 2023, I started to get a little bit more concerned with everything. There was just a lot of changes happening with my body, and more so at the beginning of last year in 2023, but it really started to take a turn as it was getting nearer to fall, and then especially going into winter of this year. It was just kind of like my body was screaming at me in multiple ways. I was gaining all this weight. I was constantly stressed. I had to leave my job that I had at the time. My job was not helping, and so I had to make a really, really difficult decision. I thought for the best of my health that I needed to leave that environment. It was a little scary. I mean, I did that earlier this year, but it was through a lot of hard months trying to get a handle on my health, and especially going into holiday season. That being said, it kind of led me to where I'm at now, which, you know, I started working with a dietitian to help me, you know, trying to regulate more of like what I'm eating, figuring out what could be causing like this weight gain. I went to doctors to have my thyroid checked, or hormones I should say, and I mean, it came back pretty much normal, other than, you know, that my vitamin D was very low. So I told my dietitian about that, and then I got on vitamin D, started upping that to where I was very, very deficient in vitamin D, to where I'm now like at like a good range for vitamin D, and I still take vitamin D. I'll get into that in a little bit. I noticed a little bit change, and I was taking magnesium. There was a little bit that I was noticing that was good, but then January hit, and I just felt like I hit like an all-time like low, and I mean, it makes sense because it's January. But it was just like, I just felt like I kept gaining weight and I could not shake it, and it was really discouraging because I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I am making efforts to change things and it's not working. I know a lot of people, a lot of women out there could probably, you know, relate because they've probably been in a similar situation. And so, you know, I don't lose weight like I did when I was like 18, 19 years old. Unfortunately, I am now 25, so quite a bit has changed since then. As I've been on that journey, and then I decided, you know, I needed to quit my job to focus on my health, well-being, mental state, everything, to try to get something back on track. I will say, my job took a huge portion of stress away, which immediately I could tell a difference with how I was sleeping, how I was feeling, how I was eating. Like, it made a huge difference. Having that was like a little bit of like, whew, relief, you know, there. And I do believe the Lord used that to kind of draw me closer to Him in that time as well. So I'm very, very grateful, and I don't have any regrets about making that decision. And I would encourage you, if you're in a similar situation, obviously, like, you know, pray about it and think about it before, you know, you just irrationally make a decision. But after, you know, talking with my family and my friends, you know, like I just don't know what to do, you know, and so then, you know, that led me to where I'm at now. That being said, that leads me to kind of the purpose of this video. I feel like my world has been like radically changed. My mindset has been radically changed in regards to my health, in regards to my body. I feel like for so long I've been in this mindset of like, it's me versus my body. And it seems so backwards, because it's like, God's given us the bodies that we have, right? The things that we go through are completely normal in regards to a woman's monthly cycle. Just learning more that it's like God's created a woman's body in a very specific, unique way. Why am I trying to like do things where I'm not in tune with it, or I'm not listening to it? And I came across this woman. Her channel is called like A Little Ray of Health. I think that's what it's called. I will link the podcast episode that I listened to. I thought it was very helpful, where she was just talking about like, going with your flow and going with your cycle, this kind of stuff, where it's like she breaks it down really easy into like, this is how you think of each step of your cycle. Like in regards to your period, like that's the start of your cycle, and then it goes into the follicular phase, and then it goes into the ovulation phase, and then the luteal phase, which you might be like, what is this gibberish that I'm jabbering about right now? I was a little confused at first too. It just made so much sense. It brought so much relief that I'm like, okay, this isn't abnormal if I'm experiencing this like once or twice during the month or on a regular basis. Like, it's not abnormal. If you have really irregular periods, like, I will just say something's up, something's not right. Your body's trying to tell you something, and thankfully I've tried to listen to that, and I just feel like so much better. My mental state feels more clear and just better. I'm less stressed. So that being said, I wanted to go through a few of like the things that I've been incorporating into my daily routine, or things that I've been changing in regards to helping me better regulate and go with my cycle, listening to my body. Our food in today's climate is really, really bad, specifically here in America. Everything's processed, everything has all these added hormones and chemicals. Don't get me wrong, I will enjoy my junk food every now and then, like Little Debbie brownies, like, you have my heart. I'm going to indulge in you, and especially during the summertime. My camera died for a second there. I don't know what happened. But anyway, like I was saying, I've been waking up in the morning, getting my breakfast ready, and then going out on my deck, and then just sitting and just getting in the sunlight. Even though the sun doesn't face me in the morning, but even just being out while it's sunny and just taking in all that vitamin D, all that good morning light has been great. I love it. Before, I haven't been getting on my phone because I know that can add to your stress. Your phone, social media is just not great to consume at the beginning of the day. That is hard. That is a hard thing to do, but I've honestly been enjoying it. It's just a great way for me to ease into the day. I feel like I have more time in the morning when I do that, and I'm just overall like relaxing into the day, and especially when I've been incorporating like that in my quiet time and also just reading, like, it's been great. I love it. So I would recommend and highly encourage anyone else, if you have the time in the morning, to go do that. The next thing that I've been doing that kind of goes into my morning routine is that when I've been waking up, I've been drinking just a little bit of lemon water before having my coffee, before any food, just to kind of flush out anything that might be, toxic. I don't even know, but it's just, I've heard the benefits to drinking lemon water in the morning. I've heard that you really want to have it like warm. That just sounds awful to me in the morning, like hot lemon water, like I don't know about you, but like when I wake up, I'm kind of parched, so I want something like at least room temperature to enjoy it. So maybe one of these days I'll get to it where it's warm, but I'm like, right now it's just straight up room temperature lemon water. And that's been great. It hasn't been super long since I've been doing that, but that's something that I've changed because I know that can help you. I mean, I always feel better with lemon water anyway. So my next thing that I've been kind of changing or adding into my daily routine, I've kind of been doing this already since about, I would say, October, but just upping my magnesium and my vitamin D. That has just made a tremendous difference for me personally, just in how I sleep and just my overall health. I just feel like it's just better for me. I'm going to try to play around with different versions of magnesium too. The one I take, the pill, is just so big, so I cannot swallow it. I know y'all might be thinking I'm a wuss. I choke on it and I can't get it down. So what I've had to do is put it in some like applesauce and eat it. Oh, it ruins applesauce for me, but it's better than nothing. So I might try to look into see if I can try to find some other different type of magnesium supplement to get that into my routine. But that is also something that I've been adding in as well. Another good thing to always, I mean, vitamin D never hurts. I don't take as big of a dose of it as I used to when I was trying to just get it up there. But they said, like once you get it up there, then just, you can take it down a little bit. You don't have to take too much, because taking too much vitamin D is also bad. And another thing is I have been trying to be a little bit more consistent with how I eat my meals. That's something that I have started to get more of a handle on as well. Like the main focus, the main star of my meal is my protein. So just making sure that I have a good amount of protein on there, and then having like a carb and a veggie to go along with it. That's something like veggies are just I'm kind of a little bit more picky when it comes to my veggies. Like I like fresh green beans. I hate canned green beans, which, I mean, that's probably better for you anyway. Broccoli, like, again, if there's something on it, I can probably stomach it. Cauliflower, no, unless it's cauliflower pizza, I can do that okay, but I'm just a little bit more picky when it comes to my veggies. So most of the time I gravitate towards spinach, and adding a little bit of dressing on that. That's delicious to me. So I tend to eat that a lot, but I know there's like other good veggies out there to eat as well that aren't just like, I mean, I love mushrooms, I love like tomatoes and things, but those aren't like super substantial veggies to have along with the meal. So I try to have it something a little bit more hearty with it. And then a carb, usually I'm trying to gravitate towards sweet potatoes more. I used to be on a big sweet potato train, and then I kind of got out of it, mostly because I usually do all my grocery shopping at Aldi's. Aldi's, I don't know what the deal is, but you have horrible sweet potatoes. So I just end up not getting sweet potatoes very often. And then I also have, like, if it's like a pasta, or if I have a roll, or just regular good old potatoes, again, I try to avoid bread, but again, if we don't have anything else, then it's perfectly fine. It's okay, just not having to be so controlled over like, oh, I need to eat this, or I need to cut out all this food. Like, no. The best thing that's ever happened for me is to not live a restricted lifestyle, because I don't handle it in a healthy way. So just being able to just be like, this is what I'm gonna eat. It's good. It's full of protein. It's full of good fats, perfect. And it's specifically based on what time of the month that you are in. That also makes a difference as well. So I've been trying to figure out more of like, okay, I probably should eat more of this, during this phase, or during, eat more heartier meals during like your menstrual phase, more fresher foods, like foods that you would eat during the summer during your ovulation phase. I mean, it's not like a stereotype, like if you don't eat those things, like you're like causing more harm than not. It's just a little helpful tool that I am trying to regulate into my routine. So I think I'm one of those people that I'm a little bit more type A. So having clear direction of like, this is actually a good plan to do for yourself, I tend to operate better with that than with not. So that's one thing that I've been changing. And then my last point, just investing in some red light to enter the evening with. I know it's not really good to have like your big top light on, which I don't usually anyway. But recently I've been hearing that having red light as like a night light or in your room, I've been having it in my bathroom. It's very calming, it's very soothing, and it just kind of helps your brain kind of wire down for the night. And that's something that I've been loving, and I think it's great. Oh, also, that kind of going with that, I forgot to write it down in my notes here, but kind of ditching really bad candles. That's another thing. I've always made excuses for that. I'm always like, no, I love my candles. Everyone that knows me knows that I could have like an entire apartment full of just candles in every single room, and I will have them all lit. I love candles. I have used all my candles, like they're all gone. And so I've just been like, well, I might just try to avoid that right now. If I'm gonna use candles, like I'm looking to invest more in like beeswax candles, or more, natural candles, I guess, because it's just something that you're breathing that in constantly. So why don't you have it be like a good for you scent? I know it's not as convenient because I love those fall candles that, you know, that Bath and Body Works has, that Walmart has. I love them. I'm a sucker for a good fall candle. So we will see what happens this fall, but at least just trying to limit how much I'm, you know, taking that in on a regular basis. With that being said, that's kind of all that I have in my notes here, but I just wanted to share that with you all if you're kind of like in the same ballpark as me, where you're just trying to get a handle on your health and trying to figure out like what you need to cut out or what you can add in, or like what's the right direction to go in. It's very hard, and it's very daunting, especially at the beginning. Like you're like, I have no idea what my body reacts to. But the most important thing is that you're taking those steps. Like you know, you will eventually get to the right answer for what you need to do for your specific needs. And it's okay, you'll get there. And that's one thing, like, I have been encouraged because I feel like for the first time ever, I finally kind of have an idea of how to handle my body, treat my body. And it's something else that I've been taking to heart too, because it's like, God's given me this body, why am I not taking care of it? Instead I'm like beating a dead horse and being like going hardcore, and nothing has been changing with it. It's been making me more stressful, if anything. So anyway, I wanted to just take a moment to just share that with you all. Hope you got some good nuggets of information in this video. Let me know if you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.